Welcome to the hot seat with Mr. White with another video. Kanye West reveals Hollywood handlers. Polsoned Britney Spears with Lithium, so leave a like, subscribe, and share, and thanks for watching.
When I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson.
Or worse, yeah.
As fans are becoming increasingly worried for Britney Spears' safety, Kanye West is speaking out on how Hollywood handlers destroyed Britney with lithium. Kanye himself was put on lithium following his 2016 hospitalization, but he claimed the dose they gave him was much stronger than he needed. And this is exactly what Britney said during her conservatorship hearing, when she revealed her team forced her to take a high dose of lithium just because she refused to do a dance move.
My therapist sat me down in a room and said he had a million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All of this was a false. He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I'd been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to.
But what exactly did Kanye say about Hollywood handlers and lithium? Are Britney's handlers again giving her lithium to stop her from talking about her conservatorship?
You know the first time I ever took medication, why I was? Because I got mad at paparazzi.
I'm so sorry.
You know what paparazzi it was?
No.
The same one that shot Britney.
No.
The "Where is Britney" hashtag is still trending on social media after fans discovered shocking evidence that the videos on Britney's Instagram are AI generated.
But this is a blue-eyed person with a filter of Britney.
Meanwhile, Britney's husband, Sam Asghari, was accused of being Britney's handler after evidence emerged that he'd been posting old photos and videos of Britney and trying to pass them off as recent. On May 12th, Sam posted this video of him and Britney hiking, seemingly trying to prove that Britney is okay, and several outlets reported on this, claiming that Sam shared previously unseen footage of Britney. But Britney's fans thought the video looked familiar, so after they did some digging, they discovered that this same footage was used in a Daily Mail article about Britney's collab with Elton John that was originally published in July 2022. So what's going on here? Why is Sam sharing old videos of Britney? Well, according to one popular fan theory, Britney's handlers are keeping her heavily medicated to stop her from sharing her conservatorship story. See, during her June 2021 conservatorship hearing, Britney asked the judge to approve an interview so she can expose everyone, including her own family. What's also strange is that Britney claimed her lawyer advised her not to share her story with the public, which led fans to speculate that her lawyer is also working for Britney's family.
And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me. By making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you to the judge to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me, and by not saying anything is saying it's okay.
However, it's been almost 2 years since Britney's conservatorship was officially terminated, and she still hasn't done a single interview. She also never once went live on social media to talk to her fans, and this is definitely suspicious, because if it wasn't for her fans, the conservatorship would probably still be in force. So does this mean Britney's really being held somewhere and medicated against her will? Well, as crazy as it sounds, this is starting to emerge as a probable scenario, and it's all thanks to Kanye West. See, there are many parallels between Britney's conservatorship situation and Kanye's recent public controversies. Back in 2016, Kanye suffered an episode while he was visiting his former personal trainer, Harley Pasternak, and Pasternak called Kanye's then personal physician, Dr. Farzam, to come over. But before Dr. Farzam even arrived at Pasternak's house, he called 911 and told them Kanye was acting erratically and would need to be hospitalized.
I'm actually one of his doctors. I'm just calling for my cell phone to request if we can have some police backup because I don't think the paramedics The
you
police?
can bring both.
Yeah.
'Cause I think he definitely is going to need to be hospitalized, so I wouldn't just do the police by itself.
But why was this doctor so sure that Kanye would need to be hospitalized before he even arrived at the house? Did he just take Harley's word for it? Well, here's where the story gets even more bizarre. Last year, Kanye started publicly exposing the people who control the entertainment industry and openly talking about Hollywood handlers. And that's when he received a message from Harley Pasternak telling him he needs to see him in person or he would institutionalize him again and send him back to Zombieland.
First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to Zombieland forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me.
Meanwhile, fans also discovered that before Harley became a Hollywood trainer, he was employed by the Canadian government and worked at a military facility performing research into different psychological operations for the purpose of influencing human behavior. One fan on Twitter made a thread about Harley, pointing out that he worked with a number of celebs who had mental breakdowns or died under suspicious circumstances, including Mac Miller and Brittany Murphy. In fact, Harley himself admitted in an interview that he has extensive knowledge of mind-altering substances because working for the government gave him the freedom to experiment with these substances without worrying about legal repercussions.
Got recruited by the military to help run essentially the superhuman lab, this laboratory called the Defense and Civil Institute of Environmental Medicine.
Right.
And the area that I was interested in was how drugs and food affect muscular performance. And
When you say drugs, was that like performance-enhancing drugs, or are they
all
just
kinds of drugs?
Oh, right. Okay.
So working for the military, I wasn't governed by the same laws that the typical person was, so I could look at the impact of certain drugs that are not everyday things.
And when Kanye later talked to the paparazzi about Harley threatening to institutionalize him, he said that's what Hollywood handlers are hired to do when celebs try to break free from the control.
This is a trainer, but come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right?
Kanye also said that he was sent to an anger management class where they gave him some medicine that he had never heard of, and a doctor later told him this medicine triggered his episode.
All right, so they sent me this anger management class, and then the guy just gave me some medication, just like, yo, take this. I had never taken medication my entire life, and one doctor said it started like this slope or something.
But that's not all. In another recent interview, Kanye revealed that he was prescribed an unusually high dose of lithium after his hospitalization. And when the interviewer suggested they were trying to Britney Spears him, Kanye said they were actually trying to kill him like they killed Michael Jackson.
They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. Yeah. You can see there's not much of her left.
Luckily, Kanye refused to take the medication. However, Britney didn't have the luxury to refuse, because during her conservatorship, she wasn't allowed to make any medical decisions without her dad, Jamie's, approval. In fact, during her 2021 conservatorship hearing, Britney revealed that she was put on lithium after her team accused her of being uncooperative just because she refused to do a single dance move.
When I said no to one dance move into rehearsals, it was as if I planted a huge bomb somewhere. And I said, no, I don't want to do it this way. After that, my management and my dancers and my assistant of the new people that were supposed to do the new show all went into a room, shut the door, and didn't come out for at least 45 minutes. Ma'am, I'm not here to be anyone's slave. I can say no to a dance move. 3 days later, after I said no no to Vegas. My therapist sat me down in a room and said he had a million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All of this was a false. He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I'd been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to. You can go mentally impaired if you take too much, if you stay on it longer than 5 months.
Britney also told the judge that lithium completely messed with her brain and she was no longer able to have a normal conversation.
But he put me on that and I felt drunk. I really couldn't even take up for myself. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad really about anything. I told them I was scared and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication come to my home, stay with me, to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my homes and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad.
Fans are now speculating that Britney was probably off lithium when she talked to the court in 2021 because she sounded logical and articulate. However, after she told the judge that she wants to do an interview and expose everyone, her handlers probably started medicating her again, which is why we haven't heard her speak live since the conservatorship was terminated. By the way, there's another disturbing parallel between Britney and Kanye, and it actually involves another troubled celebrity who recently passed away under suspicious circumstances, Aaron Carter. On November 5th, 2022, Aaron drowned in his bathtub because of drugs he had taken, and according to the official ruling, his death was accidental. However, just one day before he died, Aaron tweeted this, "Yo Kanye, let's talk, man to man." And Kanye later claimed in an interview that Aaron was murdered because he tried to talk to him about Harley Pasternak.
That way, if they did attempt to kill me or killed me like they killed Michael Jackson or JFK, or Aaron, what is the guy's name? Aaron Carter, the guy who wanted to talk to me about the Harley Pasternak situation. If they did do that, they would say, oh, it's Ye's mental health, so.
And get this, before he died, Aaron also went live on IG and said he believes Britney's husband, Sam Asghari, was hired to be her handler.
That's what happened with Britney. A lot of people don't understand. It's not that she needs to be 50-50. It's that she hasn't been able to live life.
Yeah.
Let her live her life, and then she would be, like, at least give her a chance.
Yeah. I like her new boyfriend. He's really standing up.
I know.
I think he's cool.
I know.
I was
I think he's hired.
No, I don't think he is now. I used to think that, but I don't think that now.
I think he's hired to be there.
So as you can see, there are a lot of bizarre coincidences about this situation, and you don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to see there's something strange going on with Britney. Fans are now saying Britney is probably too far gone now because of lithium, and they're worried her handlers will never let her speak out on the conservatorship. Literally terrifying what this woman went through, one fan said. These drugs have left irreversible physical and cognitive damage to her mind, body, and soul. And another fan brought up Kanye's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, and her connection to Britney's former manager, Lou Taylor, saying, I don't agree with Kanye on some things, but forced lithium? That's exactly what they did to Britney. And how ironic, the same lady who was Brit's manager and helped her dad get a conservatorship is also the Kardashians' manager? Shady AF. He's right for refusing their diagnosis. But let's hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Britney was poisoned with lithium to stop her from talking about the conservatorship? And did the same thing almost happen to Kanye? Comment down below, and don't miss out on this next video.